We're Trent Allie, and after months of building our dream cabin in the mountains, we're taking the weekend to get back to our roots.
I gotta go dig a hole again before we leave.
Okay. Different rig.
Look at our enormous room up
In
here.
the rooftop tent.
Brand new adventure.
This is terrifying.
It's sketchy, but at least we're not in the middle of Central America or something, you know?
But like always, nothing goes as planned.
Oh man.
Either way, we're ready to explore and experience the unknown.
Today was awesome. We did it.
We did it, you guys.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nobody soiled their britches.
Well,
Well,
twice? Is that what you just said?
Morning, my love. Your coffee awaits. How you guys doing? Good morning. Welcome back. We are up here on the top of a mountain in Hans Peak, or we're almost to the top of Hans Peak in Colorado. It's absolutely beautiful out here. If you guys didn't catch our last episode, you should probably go back and watch it because we had an excellent time getting up here to the top of this mountain. We brought these forerunners out. We've been camping. We're gonna be getting into some more fun stuff, so hopefully you guys enjoy.
they need like a morning thing.
Like halfway through
Well, doesn't bother us at all.
So it actually rained quite a bit yesterday and a little bit last night. So we got these little, our little easy up tent set up, and we got the moon shade set up. It protected everything from the rain, but everything was wet. The ground was super muddy. However, the next 3 days that we're going to be here, it's supposed to be clear skies, 80 degrees, everything's gonna dry up a little bit so the dogs won't be wet and muddy all the time. Basically, we're here to be overlanding. If you guys aren't familiar with what that is, it's kind of like car camping, but in a four-wheel drive vehicle. You go on gnarly trails and gnarly roads, and then you find places like this. These undisturbed, old meadows that people never come to because it's really difficult to get to. And you can set up camp in the middle of nowhere. You can be out by yourselves and just enjoy nature. So the thing about the rooftop tent is that it's like a little bit more of an inconvenience, but there are some trade-offs. So to begin, like everything stays up top on top of the vehicle. It unfolds really quickly, has this ladder that sets up, and then you basically can climb up in here and you have this enormous bed that sleeps like 4 adults. You can put pillows, everything in here. Allie and I slept in here last night with Lika and Frank, and it's huge. We could have like another person and 2 dogs in here and like still be comfortable. As far as like headroom, length, width, the bed is bigger and more comfortable than the van, because our van, you only have like 2 feet of headroom. It's a little bit of a change because you're not inside a vehicle and there's not like the kitchen and it's not like a room that you're inside, it's still a tent. But I really like it. So how's your morning going, my love?
This is so relaxing and so nice. It's like crisp and cool. I think we're about to make some breakfast and show you guys our new kitchen setup. The dogs are playing and there's nobody around. I hear them.
Here they come at 90 miles an hour.
Let's go, let's go. Come here.
What were you guys doing?
We're going under, and there's nothing we can do. You've become me, and I've become you.
How many little sand missiles in your pancakes?
It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest.
Experimental cakes part 1.
Yeah, the experimental cakes are ready for tasting.
It's really cool. We had propane in the van, and over here we have an induction cooktop, and everything is running off electricity on our Yeti Goal Zero.
Yep.
Which is a little scary.
I used to talk a lot of smack on the Yeti Goal Zero because they used to be super garbage, but now they're actually pretty legit. They've like upped their standards a lot. So I gave it a try here. We have no solar. We're literally just charging this thing off of a cigarette lighter in the 4Runner, and I think that it's actually gonna last running the fridge and cooking meals for at least 3 or 4 days. You could always get solar and then you could probably use it for like, you know, indefinitely, but
It's cool.
we're gonna see how it works out. This pancake's gonna have a really nice sear on it.
Thanks.
That's not something that's supposed to happen to a pancake, but these ones have a nice seared crust on one
I
side.
think it looks perfect.
Test
pancakes. Thank you, Trent. That is a nice pancake.
Ooh, boy.
That's a nice camping meal there.
That's breakfast.
I am starving. All right, well, now that we've got everybody fed, I'm actually gonna feed myself. And check out that stack of pancakes. That is really good looking. So excited to dig in and fill this belly.
Breakfast was absolutely perfect. It was pretty gourmet, and not even just like by camping standards, but just in general. We're loaded up, we're totally packed, and we're ready to hit the road for another huge day of adventuring. I'm not gonna lie, this type of adventuring on this camping trip is a little bit nerve-wracking. It includes a lot of intense 4x4 driving on very challenging, steep, gravelly roads, bouldery roads. It's a really good thing Trent knows what he's doing, because most of the time in the passenger seat, I'm just pooping my pants. So we're gearing up for another fun day of that. Are you ready?
Yeah, I gotta go dig a hole again before we leave.
Okay. This is steep.
Scared?
Always.
We're not nearly as high as we were yesterday.
We're in an area right outside of Steamboat Springs, Colorado called Hans Peak, and it's this gorgeous wooded, very lush area with high alpine forestry, and it's been a little bit rainy. So we're trying to avoid the cloud buildup that we can see is starting to come our way. It rained a little bit yesterday, and hope that things do dry out quickly if it does rain. Hope that we're not on a sketchy part of a trail when it does rain. So lots of variables to take into consideration today.
They're fire service roads, so they're made for like the firemen to have to get to places in a 4-wheel drive vehicle, so they're probably not that bad.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio.
You can find these little mountain meadows and these beautiful scenery like this, like the Wow Trail, or like up in the Uintas, or up in like the Wasatch Range. It's surrounded by desert, more so.
Yeah,
and
it's
here
true.
it's like these zones are just like bigger. I'm not saying Colorado's better than Utah, I'm just saying, you know, it's Colorado knows what's up.
We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names.
If they can do it, we can do it,
Oh
man.
man!
Aren't you glad you're not in a fully exposed vehicle like that when it's starting to rain?
Yeah.
It looks like there's either road will loop us back to the same place. It just depends on how far we want to go.
It has started sprinkling a little bit, but that huge line of ATVs has gone this direction. So at that last fork in the road, we decided, hey, if they can do it, we can do it. We're just going for it.
At least we know it's like
be
a
okay.
traveled trail, because there was people going that direction. So if we did get stranded up here, somebody would probably roll up on us at some point. Plus, we have each other, and if something happens to one of us, we'll be able to take care of the other one. So I'm actually not concerned at all with getting stuck on this trail or anything like that, but we're just, you know, trying to play it a little bit safe. We're in a foreign place where we don't actually know that much about it, so it pays to play it safe. You're probably gonna tip over right there.
Very funny.
Oh, so strong.
Am I good?
Yeah. You're real close. Yep, go.
He's dying. Go, go. Woo!
So this trail is predominantly for ATVs, and they're not that tall. And with the rooftop tent, we're kind of tall. And so John had to lift that tree up a little bit so we didn't run the rooftop tent into the tree. They have a spare tire on their roof. I don't think it's as tall as our
Setup.
maybe it is.
Nice.
So I guess this place is called Beaver Basin.
It's your
the home
spot.
of my people.
That was like really intense. I just had it on crawl control medium and just like letting it do it. But that was that was nuts. I was trying not to look backward.
You're learning by leaps and bounds, little Johnny.
Pretty soon you're gonna be able to call me Big John.
But I was curious if you guys wanted to take this opportunity at this beautiful little meadow to stop and have some lunch.
Wonderful plan. I was just thinking the same thing.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a
Mi
good
amor.
guy,
Comida
make me believe it.
están listos.
Sandwich is like a mile high. Look at that thing. Woo! Oh yeah.
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
Have this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes.
The thing that I think is really cool about this, Allie keeps giving me a hard time because she keeps saying like, oh, like four-wheeling and overlanding and off-roading, like it's just like this fat redneck sport where like you're just like a lazy person that just wants to drive around and drink soda and just like cover all this ground when you should be out hiking to enjoy nature. And like, while I do agree you enjoy nature while you're hiking, this is a way that like you get to cover a lot of ground and see a lot of the forest and the mountains and the different areas, because like if you go to a zoo, like San Diego Zoo or somewhere that's really big, you take the bus that like takes you around and shows you all the animals, because it's hard to cover all that ground by foot. This is just like the zoo bus. We're just taking the zoo bus through the forest, even though all we've seen is one mule deer and we didn't get it on camera, so.
It is really pretty though.
It's gorgeous. We're in the Pacific Northwest or what?
Yeah, seriously.
I feel like we're in a freaking rainforest right now.
It's gorgeous, but it is thunderstorming pretty hard, and it's definitely a hair past a drizzle at this point. And that's fine. We're not out in it. This is where I am grateful that we're not hiking. We're in here and it's nice and cozy and warm, but
Oh,
this trail is a little hairy.
this looks really gnarly. And there's a big log in the way.
Maybe stop and walk it.
That doesn't sound good.
Luckily going down that in the rain is not as bad as trying to go up that in the rain. Now straighten it out and get as close to that tree on your left. There you go, now just straight from there.
Woo!
I can't really film it, I can barely see it.
Okay.
You're good, bro, you're good. That was like some actual off-roading right there, not just a dirt road.
Yeah, I'm sweating bullets. I smashed the bottom undercarriage on that big rock that I had to go over.
Well, we can check it out when we get to camp. I'm sure it's fine.
I don't see anything on the computer going off, so that means nothing's probably broken, but yeah, it scared me. I'm seriously sweating.
Well, don't speak yet. This way's fine. There's just this rock on the right side that you just want to kind of like take your right tire over. Sending it.
Now I can't see that bottom, but you need to go driver probably unless you want to go over that point and start turning faster. That's the only off on the right.
Oh my god. This is terrifying.
It's sketchy, but at least we're not in the middle of Central America or something, you know?
Honestly, like, Trent has the most experience out of all of us, so he's very comfortable doing this. All of the rest of us are freaking out because this is super technical all of a sudden, really steep, and now it's wet. So it's just like a great combination of all those factors. Here comes John.
Okay, come my way.
Nice. Woo. Plenty of adrenaline for me today, and we are knee deep in this trail. There's only one way out. We can't go back. So we're powering through.
We're deep in the Coloradan mountains here. We're having fun. We got food, we got water, we got gas.
We've got each other.
We got the dogs. What more could we need?
Oh boy. Oh man. Scary. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's so crazy that we went all the way up to the top of Hans Peak and like we basically didn't run into any like crazy obstacles or tough stuff, and now that we're like kind of in the backwoods back here, just in the rolling hills, we're like running into all these tough obstacles.
Yeah, that was intense. All the water is making a difference. Guys, today was awesome. We did it.
We did it, you guys.
Yeah.
Woo!
Nobody soiled their britches.
Well,
Well,
twice? Is that what you just said?
It was not good for a minute there.
In my rear view mirror covered with rain. I'm like, okay, nope. If you can go any further, go. But if you can't, just cut it and come right through. And then you're like, oh, we hit something. You're like, we scraped for sure. In the golden sunlight, eating tomatoes, huh? How spoiled are you? Happy mama.
Time will show. There's something in the way that you looked up on me. It's telling me I should go. Yeah, I wish I could get an answer.
thank you, honey.
'Cause I'm
Bon appetit.
We're not camping right now. This isn't camping food.
This is restaurant food.
just move so slow. I want to decide now. The sooner
Oh, that's money.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah, whoever cooked these patties.
Stella agrees.
It's so dark. I don't even know if the camera can see what's going on, but you are up
Look at our enormous room up
in the
here.
rooftop tent.
There's so much space. It is, I feel like, twice the size as the bed in our van, and it's like twice the ceiling height, which is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And it's very comfortable, I must say.
Should we bring the dogs up?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
Ready?
Yep. Good girl. Right here. Good boy. Hi, Frank.
Hi, dogs.
Right here. It actually has turned out to be a really nice rooftop tent. The dogs, maybe it's because they're tired at the end of the day, have adjusted really well. They both, Frank, come on. Not on camera, buddy, come on. They both just sleep and relax and haven't really been any trouble.
Yeah, I'm really excited with how the dogs have turned out for the trip. They've been having a great time in the back seat while we've been doing some wheeling. They get to run around in the forest, and then last night they slept really well. Frank is just an excellent little cuddle bug right now. Well, I think I'm gonna throw on my pajamas and we're gonna hit the sack. We'll see you in the morning.
One of my favorite things about camping is just that you wake up and most of the time you don't really have anywhere to be or anything to do. So this morning I'm just kind of soaking it in. Everybody else went for a walk to go find a fishing spot. And while they're gone, I'm going to just enjoy the quiet and do a little bit of yoga.
Let me be your reminder. We will find the beats for this dream. Not too far from the heart. There's a star.
Good?
How was the
Howling?
opposite of relaxing yoga?
We're like
Way down there.
quarter mile away over here.
Hurt Stella.
I was like, oh no.
We all were in it together. It was good. Is it fishable down there?
No, no.
Oh no.
We did a lot of wheeling yesterday, and I think everybody's knuckles are sore from just being gripped and tight and white and scared. And today we're not going to be doing anything nearly as intense as that. And we're going to head back kind of towards civilization and hopefully end up somewhere near the Yampa River, which is supposed to be world renowned for fly fishing.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
It is pretty warm out here. We've come out all the way to the desert. We're actually at Juniper Canyon, and there's some nice fishing access here. It's BLM land. We don't have to worry about trespassing or anything like that. So I think we're probably gonna kick back, eat some lunch, and we're gonna head out on the river. First, I'm gonna go and check out the front right end of the 4Runner because it was making a weird clacking noise, and I'm not exactly sure what that is. Well, I'm not sure what the noise was. Everything in there looks good, everything looks tight, but it's always better to be safe than sorry, and that actually is a nice segue into today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. If you guys don't know, Surfshark is a VPN, a virtual private network. It's actually an application that goes on your phone or your laptop or your computer, and it helps protect you from other people on a public Wi-Fi or an unsecured network. So anytime you go to like a Starbucks or a McDonald's, airport, library, bus stop, and you're using public Wi-Fi, if you don't have a VPN, you're broadcasting all of your information to everybody else on the network. People can obtain anything on your computer, passwords, social security number, bank accounts, all of the above. So if you guys want to be safe, I highly recommend having a VPN, and Surfshark is super affordable. If you guys want to check them out, click the link in our description, and you guys actually get 83% off and your first 3 months free of charge. So thanks again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna go get ready. We're gonna hit the river.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so good. I'm so happy. It feels great.
Lay your head on my chest. I know you've had a really bad day. But I'm right here, it's gonna be okay.
It's really nice to be able to just come down by the water and just kick back and chill out a little bit because it was getting hot in the campsite.
And honestly, I don't know if it's because there's a cloud over us right now, but it feels cooler, and then the water on top of that is like the perfect way to cool down right now.
Yeah.
Everyone is just instantly so much happier.
Yeah.
It's nice.
This weekend has been full of surprises, some of them better than others, but we've had an absolute blast. It has been so much fun.
Yeah, it's true.
And we've eaten some really good food too.
That's always my favorite part.
Well, this is the first time all 3 dogs are swimming. The river over here is really shallow, but here is kind of deep for boats. And that's the first time Lika's ever been in water deep enough to swim. She did great! That's awesome. Come on! Oh! 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 All right, well, we've spent enough time just kicking around here, hanging out at camp. John and I have set up our fishing setups. We've got our flies tied on. We're heading out to this river to see if we can catch ourselves some fish. And I hope we can catch some fish. Do you have any expectations?
No, low expectations. Maybe some 3-inchers.
Yeah. There should be some decent sized fish in this this river, so we'll see what we can find. My boots are filling with water and it's cold.
Every time I lift my feet up, it feels like I've got Iron Man boots on. Just shoot me right up to the top.
Oh, they're buoyant.
They're life jackets.
That's awesome.
When I fall over, I'll get drugged under with my feet up.
I'll see feet floating down the river.
Notion that I could be brave. Is there anything good on the radio? Turn it up loud and let me know how it used to be.
Okay, Allie, what are we having for dinner tonight?
So the boys have gone fishing. We went and played in the water with the dogs, and we've been hanging out for a little bit, and tonight we're having our famous chicken Alfredo pasta from our cookbook, which is also linked below. I've heard through the grapevine that you guys hate beets and pesto and eggplant, so none of those ingredients will be included in tonight's dinner.
She's right. Eggplant is a no-no, and we don't do it, and beets don't even exist. They don't. Okay, show us how it's done.
Cool. We were actually relying on the boys to catch us dinner, which they did not. So we are saving the day by making them dinner.
Just to know, our doggies are doing great. Look at them, just chilling. Stella's got a stick. She feels pretty good about that.
Oh, I don't think your dogs have been introduced. That
Oh,
was a different video.
this is Stella. She's a Belgian Malinois of all sorts of cuteness at 6 months. This guy over here is Che, and he's pretty chill. He just hangs out most of the time.
And there they are right here.
And here are their boys.
How's it going over here?
Did you bring us dinner?
How did the fishing go?
It was okay. We caught 2 fish that were like this big.
That's good.
All right, so I didn't catch a bunch of fish. I barely even caught 1 fish, and it was not even a fish. It was a baby. It was a tadpole, pretty much. And this is no surprise. If you guys have watched videos where I've fished before, I never really catch anything. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I like fishing because of like the process and like casting and just like being out there on the river. It's fun. It's not all about catching fish. If it was all about catching fish, they would call it catching and not fishing.
Hilarious. It's a good joke.
All right, Allie's serving it up. We got multicolored noodles.
Pasta.
Pasta.
Come on.
Okay.
What would my dad say if he heard you talk
It's only
like that?
Italians that get mad if you call it noodles.
It's not noodles, it's pasta.
Everywhere else in the world calls it noodles. It's a noodle.
We're not everywhere else in the world. We're right here, and it's pasta.
Oh, look, van life.
Sick.
Maybe they're coming to fish too. We caught all the fish already, man. Sorry.
My wristwatch is broken. My shoes are untied. Time is a ticking.
Enjoy.
So is the tide. But I am not worried. Things are what they are. Come rain or come shine or a shooting star.
What's up, guys? Good morning. We had an absolutely incredible night last night. When we went to bed, it was like almost too hot. Like when you climbed into the tent, the rooftop tent, we had to like open up all the windows, and we were like laying there just like trying to cool down because it was still just a little bit too warm, or a little bit warmer than we've been used to sleeping in the tent. But as we fell asleep, the temperature continued to drop and continued to drop, and with the dogs and the blankets, it was just like the perfect temperature. I literally slept like a baby. Now we're waking up, having a cup of coffee. Allie ran to the bathroom. I mean, one plus side to this campsite is that my pregnant wife doesn't have to go dig a hole in the morning. She can just actually go to the bathroom, so that's convenient. Today is the last day of our journey, and we have some blueberry muffins. So we're not gonna be making breakfast. We're gonna eat a muffin, have some coffee, pack everything up, and we're heading home. We're that much closer to home. We just left Colorado, came back into Utah, and our car says welcome to Utah. It's really weird. I had a lot of fun on this trip. I don't know about you, but like I have never really gone to Colorado to do something like that. I've gone to Colorado to mountain bike and do other things. That was an adventure.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of stuff that I'm looking for, you know? Like when you get out there, it just reminded me so much of like Central and South America, because you get halfway up one of those trails and you're like, well, can't go back. We've got to go forward. We don't know what's in front of us. This is unknown and undecided and risky, and that's adventure.
It's really getting out of your comfort zone.
It's really getting out of our comfort zone. We do have a couple more hours on the road, some really boring, long, drawn out drives, but then we're gonna be back to the house. We'll see you in a few. Oh my gosh. Look at that beautiful house. We're home and everything looks just as we left it. I can already tell both of the dogs are super excited that we are home. I'm excited. I know Allie's excited, and hopefully you guys are glad we made it back as well. If you guys enjoyed coming along on this amazing adventure, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already.
Thanks again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in our description to check them out.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios!
We could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far.